Yeah.
And we're...
I can't hear you. Oh. Welcome. Clearly having too much fun in the studio, and it's just 6 o'clock. All right. Welcome to Coffee with Keena. We're back. It's Tuesday. It's 6 p.m. Ooh, it's just Tuesday. I had one of those kind of Tuesdays. But it doesn't matter because my guest speakers have just lightened the room. I'm so excited that they are here. So a little backstory. I met them the end of November at American Express Super Saturday. Is that what it's called? Okay. And completely mesmerized by this couple. I was going through a complete crisis. I was trying to get some business promotional towels to bring to my family in Jamaica. Having all these issues with these online websites to get it done. And then I walked into a room and saw these two great people and asked them just like 2 questions, and I was sold. I immediately called the online company and was like, yep, I'm done. Cancel the order. I got a new company I work with. And we've worked together ever since. And we're going to continue to work together. Isn't that right?
Yes.
Yes. Awesome. So if you guys can actually introduce yourselves, that would be great.
Hi, I'm Jan Mayberry. I'm co-owner of Mayberry Graphics, along with my right hand, my best friend, my husband.
I'm Frank Mayberry. Yeah, that's me.
Frank
Owner of Mayberry Graphics.
Mm-hmm. Frank put on his little sexy voice like, yes, I'm
It works.
Okay. Boom. All right, so I'm going to do this similar to what I did in the past. So for the month of January, what we're doing is couples and businesses.
Oh, okay.
Relationships and how the works, the do's and the don'ts, and business.
Okay.
Now, what I do know of you all is that you guys have been in business for over 10 years.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Okay. And been married for about the same.
No.
We're coming up on year number 16.
Oh. All right, then. Which means I get to learn like the listeners do, right?
Yeah.
Wonderful. Okay. So how I did with the other couple was we'll start out by talking a little bit about you outside of your relationship. Okay. So the first question is, who are you?
Frank, who are you?
Ooh.
Well, very creative person.
Okay.
If I can't create, just doesn't work for me. I can't keep, doing the same thing over and over and over. It's not going to work for me.
Okay.
And kind of tall. 6'3", so.
Yeah. Yeah, you are kind of tall.
A little tall. Real cool person. Love people. Love to talk.
Mm-hmm.
No problems at all there.
Nope. None whatsoever.
Oh, man, this is going to be so fun. Okay. And how about you, Jen?
I've been told that I'm kind of the jack of all trades, but I'm pretty much that person that if there's a problem, I'm going to figure it out.
Okay.
If there's a way to make it, I'm going to make it. If it's something that needs to be fixed, I'll fix it.
Solution orientated. That's her.
Yes.
Okay.
And I have a pit bull mentality, like this will not defeat me. I'm going to figure some way to make this work. And
I like that.
2 of us together has got to be the greatest combination ever, because what he isn't, I am, and vice versa.
Ah.
So it works.
Yeah.
It works.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to actually do the reverse because this isn't going to work. Here's how we're going to do this. We're going to start with your business first because you guys keep talking about what it is, by talking about your creativity and getting to know people, but we don't know your business. So tell us a little bit about your business.
Okay, we own Mayberry Graphics. It's a silk screen embroidery company.
Okay.
We've been around, 15th, it's the 16th year?
16th year.
Wow.
This will be our 16th year. And honestly, we have been doing business through word of mouth since '03.
Mm-hmm.
And you can find us on Facebook under Mayberry Graphics. And you can find us on IG under _Mayberry_G.
Okay. Now, I know you told me what it is, but like, what do you all do?
Well, we
break it down.
In layman's term, we make the T-shirts, as some people say. We're the T-shirt
Right. We're the
guys.
T-shirt
We're the
people.
T-shirt people. We also do embroidery. We brand people's businesses. We like to work with the small business, people who are just getting started, who think that their business is so small that they don't deserve these kind of things. And we come along and say, you are somebody. And we can make you look just like the people who've been out for 50 years, and if not better, make you proud of what you do.
That's deep.
So
I like that.
You want to let your brand speak for you sometimes. So it's like, oh, you're this person. There are a lot of things that when you see logos, you know exactly who they are. We want to make the little small companies the same way. We want to make them just as recognizable as Polo is, or, whoever. And the minute you see that horse, you know Ralph Lauren.
True.
So you too, with this little small two-people business, can be just as popular or just as recognizable as that little polo horse is.
Wow.
That's my dream, to make the little guy the big guy.
That's amazing. I like that because...
Yeah, that's good game, baby. That's good game.
Thank you very much.
Okay, I know you said you do T-shirts, but I believe you do more
Uh-oh.
because we've done more than just the T-shirt. Isn't that right?
Well, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, we coffee mugs, coasters. Let me give you something weird.
Uniforms, basketball uniforms, cheer uniforms, varsity jackets. Pretty much, if you can think it,
we can do it.
we can do it.
I didn't know that. So I want a varsity jacket, right?
Of course.
Like, yes.
Of course.
Score. No, that's amazing. Okay, so let me see. All right, so going into the business, what made you decide graphic and designing and printing was something that you wanted to do?
Honestly, it's just fun.
Okay.
I can't tell you anything else. It's just fun. It keeps me creative, keeps her creative. And like she said, it's just cool to see somebody else that we can help.
Okay.
To see the customer so excited about their stuff, like, oh, this is me. That's the coolest shit ever, you know.
That's fine.
Yeah.
No, that's amazing.
That's our superpower, I would like to say.
Okay. Okay.
So when you got 5 people in your company and you able to outfit 5 people, not necessarily with the same thing, but you all look like you belong together.
Right.
You're on the same team.
Yeah. That makes sense.
I mean, it started accidentally.
Okay.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
I have to tell
the
story.
truth. It's okay.
I have to tell the story because, every testimony has a test.
Absolutely.
But there's a story behind everything. And in this case, we just tried something a little different. We bought the little transfers that you put on your shirt.
Okay.
And we printed one. And that was for me. I left to visit my mom, and when I come back, my husband, who can sell ice to an Eskimo, had sold my shirt that I never got to wear.
Oh, no.
So, it turned into, maybe we should do this. And we're dealing with 2 ridiculously creative people.
Yeah.
And, art, music is always in our house, and it's just, we have to express ourselves somehow. So,
Yeah.
okay, we make a t-shirt. The shirts get sold before I get to wear it, and the next thing you know,
We selling shirts.
we're selling t-shirts like that.
Holy smokes.
Okay, look.
Tell the story.
Okay, this is what happened.
Okay.
Okay, so she leave, go get her hair done, go over to mother house, right? She gone all day. So, me and my partner in the basement, we just kicking and listening to records. Yes, a very long time ago. And
Right, records.
I said, yeah, look, man, let me show you what me and Jen are thinking about doing. So I go upstairs to get the shirt, come back downstairs. I turn around with the shirt, and he said, give me that. He didn't say, does it come in another color?
What size
is it?
Nothing.
How much is it? What else you got? He said, give me that.
Wow.
In my mind, I got product for sale now. Hey.
And in my mind, my shirt is missing.
My shirt is missing.
My shirt is missing.
So that's how it actually started.
Wow.
And I sold him the shirt for $15. And
As they say, the rest is history.
yeah.
So, but
Yeah.
he's one that he would be up all night. He'd come up with an idea. He's in front of the computer, and we should do this, and we should try that. And before I knew it, we went from a laptop and an iron to a full-fledged 6-computer setup with silk screeners, vinyl cutters, a ridiculously expensive embroidery machine. It's just, and it's all there. He researched everything, and I'm that ride or die. He said he wanted to do it. I'm going to make it happen. So here
I'm
we
fortunate.
At
Seriously.
least you're honest about
Seriously.
it.
I had no problem saying that. I know it.
Wow.
I know it.
That's amazing.
You know, I like to do research. So I knew, you know, we couldn't just do the transfer shirts. It was actually making money, and I wasn't paying any attention to it as far as the cost and everything, because we were doing shirts 6 for 100.
Wow.
So every Friday, we used to work at the plant.
Okay.
So every Friday, I'm in the back of the plant, and a friend of mine, he said, Frank back here getting money from everybody, and he ain't bought nothing from us. And I'm looking around, I just kind of laughed it off, took my money and left. You know, I'm getting the truck, and I'm looking at my check, and my check, I think, was like $743.
Okay.
But I had $1,500 in my hand from T-shirts.
Whoa.
So,
It's like double your wages.
Exactly.
at one point, the job got in the way of our business.
Yeah.
Literally.
Wait. Okay, we gotta take a break right here.
Okay.
That's gonna be good. We'll be right back. What? I want to hear that. Don't tell me now. Don't tell me now.
Tell me now. Tell me.
Oh man.
What you was saying? I got a good show I can listen to tonight.
Sorry,
I do.
Hey.
What you was asking me?
Hey,
Oh, you got yours put. This is different than
that's so funny. Okay, so
That ain't gonna fit my computer. There you
y'all just messed up the whole script. So
I'm sorry.
I'm just kidding. No, in a good way. So this is
Okay.
so.
88%.
You know, a lot of times people are nervous to come on the radio show, especially if you never did it. Because some people have never been on radio before, or haven't done like a version of public speaking, right? And so it gets nerve-wracking. Like when I first did this, I was nervous. I was breathing all hard, like, hello. Because it was weird, right? And so I tried this method where I wing it.
No.
Some people don't like that.
Right.
But I actually wing most of the show.
Okay.
Because I think you get the true reaction out of people. If I sent you the questions in advance, you might have scripted answers,
Definitely.
right? And so then it's like robots. Well, question number 1. This is what happened. What do you think? Right? And so I try to wing it to extend. I have questions, sure. Like my mentee wrote about 30. It's a whole bunch of this, okay? And so when in doubt, I go back to my question list, like, okay, but you don't get the true laughter out of people. You don't get their true responses. A lot of times I'm talking to people about their own stories.
Oh, yeah.
So the passion behind your story is different than just talking about the news.
Exactly.
Right. And you talk about this, it's like, yeah, okay, Trump did this. Ooh. Do you have an opinion or not? I'm not sure. Depending on my job, depending on where I'm at, who I'm around, right? But when you talk about yourself, you can get lost.
Yeah.
And time be going by, so I gotta be like, okay, wait, that's juicy, and we can't talk about it during the break, and I gotta write the note down so we can get back to it because it's a good point. Okay.
Y'all did that mug too?
No, I got that as a Christmas gift.
We
The
do.
other one
I
broke.
need that 100 shirts for $6.
Wait a minute, you said 100 shirts for $6.
That old man here.
I have to think about that one.
$6. I need about 1,000.
Right.
They go with the shirt.
Yeah, we gotta do flowers.
So we do the coffee mugs and the boxes themselves as well. So this is Frank Allen.
Oh yeah. This is
What
dope.
about these little rags like this?
Yeah, it work.
I need something else.
So you can do the new cups, just unbox them up like that,
Yeah.
give them out for gifts or something like
Yeah,
that.
I need to. I
We
need
custom doodles.
I need to do a lot of weird stuff.
A lot of weird. Yeah.
I like.
A lot of
I go
weird
against the
stuff.
grain with
Yeah, we
What's y'all?
This is how you do business. You be making moves
Okay.
right here in the
That's
station.
crazy.
I don't think you make
Cancel.
Community coming
Depends on what's
together.
going on. Like the
Business
board
deals.
is full this
So
week.
great.
Like super full. We came back on the
If you have to
3rd.
really sing because
and
we literally
The
talk
morning of
like
the
this
3rd, about 10:30,
every day.
my phone was
Oh
ringing.
no,
I'm like,
this is
okay,
so
good.
good.
I had one
You know,
person
they have-
answer. She's like, "You guys run out of
Come on,
things
let's
to
go."
talk
I'm
about."
like, okay.
What?
Right.
She's
And
like,
this
"We
is our
talk
first
now
year
like
for
that
that.
first
Like
year."
every year is
Every
something
day.
different.
It's,
Right.
You know. I'm like, okay,
Oh,
cool.
every
I mean, we
day.
got people
Every
we
day.
really deal with, you know, but
That's
it's getting to the
amazing.
point to now. Like I say, on the 3rd at 10:30 in the morning, they, hey, y'all back? Remember what you had said?
That's great.
And I'm like, cool.
That's great.
When your boy Young Phil hit me up, I'm gonna fill it back up.
Cool.
I'm for real.
Me too.
Well, yeah, me too.
I got about 300 affiliates. We need shirts.
Oh, we're not ready. We're ready now?
Oh no, yeah, one more song.
He'll tell you. I can't do everything. I'm just kidding.
One more? Yeah.
So, how was your day? What'd you guys do today?
Good.
You know what I want?
it was
AYG.
old people day for me.
Oh, yeah.
We take care of my parents,
Like,
Okay.
you know, like
his
the old-
parents, and then I have an aunt that lives with us, and she has Alzheimer's, so we're on our toes all the time.
Wow.
Yeah,
We kind of gotta talk to each other. You gotta laugh to keep from crying. So.
I was gonna say, I mean, y'all don't even look tired.
You know what? Yeah. My eyes aren't usually this dark, but
special color coats.
Custom, yeah.
it's
My wife, I want to get my
It's
wife
a lot
jacket.
tougher than I
She's,
thought.
AKA.
it would be,
Okay.
especially when you're dealing with somebody that's teetering on the edge of reality. You know what's real to
This is the
her
blazer we did for her
isn't
cousin.
really
Who play
real,
fantasy football,
but
and he always winning. Like they serious with
and
that.
she likes to argue. And of course, they say the person closest to you is the one they lash out at.
Look at this, D.
That makes sense.
Oh, that's dope right
So
there.
It's a
it's
blazer.
It's a
pray a lot.
So
Oh, that's dope. I like that.
that's considered weird. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You ain't
I
never
mean,
seen
it's
nothing
funny
like that.
because we've been married. It'll be
Um,
16 years in September, but I feel like it's only been like 3. We're still enjoying
That's
this.
good
Time
stuff.
says.
Hold on. 3 versus
Oh, yeah, I got
16.
I
That's
need
deep.
AYG
What's your
towels.
size?
Oh, man. How much I do the towel sets for?
Y'all bring the towels to us, and the set will cost you $30.
Oh, so you said just bring the towels to y'all?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's what's up.
Yeah, that's what's up.
Socks.
You gotta deliver.
I do socks. Crazy. They don't got no web.
Losing it.
Why you gonna put the
I
website together?
just asked him.
Lord.
Look.
But do you really need
There go
this? What
crazy
you
on
gonna
the
put on
website,
there?
Yeah.
Because if you don't truly have templates
See, on the
like that,
website, the good thing of the difference between Facebook and the website is that they can put their orders through the website with the instructions and the payment. So y'all do is
Well,
fulfill it. Hey, your order ready.
Like this is
That's-
a fleece jacket for a baking company.
Oh, that's dope.
That's the ladies.
And then I gotta wear.
No,
It's
the
only
fleece
one
jackets
piece.
that zip up.
You paid up for the whole
this is,
year.
regular hoodie. But
Oh,
the fleece
fleece.
jacket, like,
It's low.
Oh, it's like that. Yeah.
As far as
funny,
the
like
yeah.
soft material,
Yeah.
like yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? The variables with the Mayberry graphics, that would probably work for his brand, but the variables with
I didn't know if y'all wanted to talk about it
people
or not.
and, oh, I want a family reunion t-shirt, but I want a left pocket,
Yeah,
and I don't want it green, I want a tree, I don't want a tree. My grandmama said, and then we going back and forth. So,
So
That's
she's
true.
a
That
virgin
makes
back
sense.
to you.
That
so
makes
We ordered
kinda
the
it's
hard.
jacket
easier for me
every
to
day.
just sit here and say, okay, what is it that you're looking for?
Yeah.
But that's
Because,
just,
but that's what happened with me.
right.
I was like, okay, here's the thing. I've been having issues because it doesn't meet anyone's template.
Right.
And it was kind of hard to go to these online companies because I wanted to say, hello, this is what I want and this is how I want it. And no one was able to do it. And then I was even like pretty chill about it.
So
It's like,
that's just a
okay,
regular
whatever
hoodie,
you
right?
think is best,
This
all
is just
right?
regular
Whatever
hoodie.
color. Here's the
How
only
much
thing. I
hoodie
do
like
have
that
criteria.
cost?
I want red, white,
$30.
But
But it's-
and then halfway
It was
through, I was like,
a piece, but
I hope you
the
haven't started
employees pay
yet.
for
I'd
it.
like
You
to
do
do
all the rest.
nothing else.
The one thing that
And it
I
works.
It's
do,
for
30
restaurants,
seconds.
so we do all the restaurants.
$30 for that?
Yeah.
one thing that we do that makes it a little hard
No, look at $30. Look.
websites is that
Look, man. What's
I try not to make anybody's design look like anybody else's.
That's what I'm saying.
So I
It's
need
hard without a
This
template.
IG is just the Mayberry G.
What is it, maybe?
Like flex.
Sure. The Mayberry G. Okay.
All right, so welcome back. I just need you to know that we're having way too much fun in the studio. And if you have not, you should totally check out the Facebook Live because then you can actually see what we're doing, especially during the breaks. Laughing, talking, and enjoying each other's company. So, before we went to break, Jen was explaining how, and she started to mention it, and I stopped her because I might have a few follow-up questions with the statement she had. And basically what she said was there was a point where the job got in the way of the business as it was developing. Please explain.
We had finally kind of gotten over that edge where people knew who we were and they
Okay.
were constantly asking for things.
Oh, wait. Before you start, were you both working at the plant?
Yes.
Yes.
So Frank was the advertising man selling the shirts in the bag.
And I'm the one that brought the dreams to life. so to
Got
speak.
it. Okay.
So at one point, literally, we were making so many shirts that my 6 to 2:30 job,
It was just in a way.
it was in the way. We were bringing home twice what we were making,
Both of you.
both
Yes.
of us.
Whoa.
And at that time, we hadn't been married long, so
Okay.
we were
That's
doing this out of the upstairs office of our home.
Okay.
And I was off because I was pregnant at the time, so I'm
Okay.
off. He's calling me with orders. Like every
Oh,
20,
yeah.
25 minutes, I'm getting, hey baby, I got another order. I need 15 of these and 10 of those and blah, blah, blah. So it was piling up to a degree where the troops had to be rallied in. My mother came over and she brought my brothers and my aunt and food, and we were down there making shirts left and right. And
wow.
I mean, literally. Unfortunately, I know this sounds really bad, but at one point the plant went on strike. We needed that strike.
Yeah, that was our opportunity.
That was our opportunity to like really blow up. While people were walking around in circles demanding more pay and this, that, and the other, we were cranking out shirts.
Yeah.
You know, never missed a house note, never missed a car note, anything, because we were working twice as much for us as we were for the company that we were working for.
Wow.
So it became a reality really quickly.
Yeah, very
that,
quickly.
maybe we
quickly.
can do this, you know,
Seriously.
on our own, just the two of us, and kind of turn this into a real business, because it went from being almost hobby-like to, okay, look, we need 50 shirts by Friday, or
Wow.
this person is ordering 20 shirts by so-and-so date, and I'm scheduling, and now things are piling up. It's boxes everywhere, and it was almost like a mini sweatshop. And we, as I affectionately call us Bonnie and Clyde, we Bonnie and Clyde it for a very long time. And here we are almost 17 years later, and Mayberry Graphics is now its own entity.
Wow.
We have not punched the clock for 10 years,
10 years.
now.
10 years this year.
I'm sorry, I got speechless. Wow. Like, hold on. Okay. Wait. So, were you not scared, nervous,
Hell yeah,
fearful?
I'm scared.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Y'all just
yeah.
glided over it like the money was good. Like,
You know, the money was good, but here's the thing. When you're in business for yourself, there's no guarantee that you're going to get a check every Friday. So
Correct.
bottom line is, sometimes being in business for yourself is not for the faint of heart.
yes.
No.
But my husband, bless his heart, he's the strength.
Mm-hmm.
And he saw it even when I didn't. But I told him, if this is what you want to do, I'll ride with you to the end. So that's exactly how it went. And for us, it's truly a testimony that we literally went from maybe, are you sure you want to do this, to, oh my God, we got to have this done by Friday. You know, it's,
Yeah.
but at the same time, I would have never wanted to take this ride with anybody but him.
Wow.
Because even in our toughest moments, it just never seemed so tough. It was like, oh, we'll be okay. You know, I've got friends and family members that say they never worried about us. That you guys, we knew you guys were going to be okay.
Yeah, we had people checking up on us, you know, people that work for, say, DTE or something.
Right.
They go on to check, like, oh, they okay.
No, stop. Like the
Yeah.
utility company.
Yeah, they wanted to make sure
They
well,
wanted
if
to make
they're
sure we was
falling
okay.
behind, we'll help them pay their light and gas bill,
Wow.
only to find out the light and gas bill was paid. You know, we never missed anything, and it's truly a blessing. I know this is not us,
Wow.
but at the same time, we were blessed to be together,
Yes.
be able to work together.
Yes.
And some people can't stand to be in the same room with each other. When he's not in the room, I miss him. I don't know why, even after all these years. But this is, we are truly partners, both emotionally and business wise.
Wow.
And we try to do what's best for us at all times. And sometimes I'm amazed, because I tell him all the time, he saw this and I was like, man, this is not going to work. I need to get a regular job because this is not going to work. But
Nah, couldn't do it no more. Seriously. I mean, the stuff you go through
At a job.
at a job.
Okay.
for somebody
Okay.
else.
Yeah, for somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just I made sure I put in 4 hours a day for myself.
Okay.
So it's 24 hours in a day. I was giving this place 10 to 12 hours.
Yeah.
So if I was able to put 4 hours in for myself, meaning my family,
Mm-hmm.
and double what I'm getting for somebody else, y'all need to get out the way. I need to figure this out, and we need to go that way.
I mean, yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
So-
it can still get a little harrowing sometimes.
Well, I was gonna say, because you mentioned there were tough times. What does tough times look like, or
Okay,
looked
let me
like?
give you an example.
Yes, please.
Tough times is, okay, we never missed a house note, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we get our buyout money and everything.
Mm-hmm.
I throw $40,000 into my house, only to lose it.
Less than a year later.
No,
Yeah, it was less than a year.
no.
What?
We
Okay, whatever.
like
What he said.
3-4 years
But
later.
3 or 4 years
3 or
later.
4 years later.
Due to the recession.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Wow.
So
And
lost my house.
the job that we worked for
Okay, wait, go back.
closed.
So that's how you got a
Yeah.
buyout, because
Yeah.
the job
Yeah,
closed
the
down.
job
the
closed
plant.
down.
business
The plant
actually
closed down,
closed
yeah.
down. So
Similar
now
to the
we're-
GM plant
Mhm.
today in Hamtramck.
Right.
Okay.
So at this point now we're literally on our own.
So you didn't really have a choice then.
Exactly.
Exactly.
See, when you don't have a choice, you're gonna be focused.
You go hard in the paint. Exactly.
You're gonna be focused. You have no other choice.
I mean, we were doing well before.
Yeah.
But not well enough for it to stand on its own. And we were literally thrown out there in the deep end, like, okay, swim. And we swam, and we're still swimming. I mean, there are days that we're like, it's really quiet, phone's not ringing, what's going on? And then there are days that the phone never stops ringing.
Yeah.
But I'm appreciative of each one. We make the best out of whatever the situation may be.
Exactly.
Yeah. Y'all so positive and stuff.
I don't want to be no more.
Like, we're just gonna tough times, just a little bit, but for the most part, things have been wonderful.
You know what? We make the best out of everything.
Okay.
We have, maybe subconsciously, because it's nothing that we really talk about. But even if it gets tight, it's like we just dig in, even without sitting down and saying, okay, Frank, look, you're going to have to do this, and I'm going to have to do that. Somehow it just clicks. We shift gears and keep it moving.
So then, like how you mentioned that, how are you balancing your day? Because, you keep saying it, y'all work together, y'all do this business together, you have a family together, you have a child together, like...
You get comfortable with the uncomfortable.
Okay.
And when you do that, you end up doing some amazing stuff for yourself, your product, your service, whatever it is you do.
What an easy statement and a hard task.
Very.
Yeah, to be honest, if most people sat down and thought about it, they wouldn't.
It
would scare you. You wouldn't do it. But we choose not to look at the scary part of it.
Okay.
Like, we know it's dark right here, but there's light on the other side.
So basically, what you're telling me is when I'm feeling down, I need to call y'all.
Yeah, you can. You can.
Because that's yeah. There's good days, but there's definitely some days where you like, wait a minute, did I make the right decision?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There are a lot of days like that.
Yeah, but think about it. You have days like that with a job.
That is true.
Why not do it for yourself?
That's true.
Right. That's true.
Valid point. Okay. So we're going to stop here because I got some juicy questions about how Bonnie and Clyde actually work together. So we're going to take a break right here and we'll be right back. Oh my gosh, hi, Uncle Peter. That's my uncle in Jamaica. That's so cool.
So how we doing so far?
What do you think so far? Are you having fun yet?
This is fun.
Say God took the old crutch from y'all.
Yeah.
Y'all want to do.
Yeah. Because I'm the more cautious one of the two. We are so yin and yang, it's not even funny. Literally. Because this one here flies by the seat of his pants. I have to see things 2 years in advance. I need to know that this is going to work. So he's like, come on, let's do it. Like, really? Man, wait, no.
You gotta go.
You gotta go.
You gotta go.
That's all like all women.
You gotta go.
Not really.
My wife be like, oh no, I'll be like, we going.
Yeah, we going.
We going.
That's not usually
Frank
the
is
case.
different.
Women are the emotional side and men like logic. Sometimes we judge stuff too hard and y'all have to say, man, you don't need to be that hard on that. And then sometimes women can be a little too soft and say, hey babe, now you gotta toughen up on this.
Yep.
I'll see you get an oil change. The man will change the engine.
That is so funny.
Yeah,
We're having so much fun.
We're comfortable in our position.
Y'all look like it.
I'm the
Mm-hmm.
You-
They
he's
do
not-
look like
he's
it.
not-
You're the mechanic.
Yeah.
Cute again.
I'm the one who can hear something go wrong in the car and tell you what's wrong with it. Him, it's good until it stops running. As long as
Get
you
the
get
money
it
to pay for it.
Right.
Don't take care of
That
that.
is hilarious.
You get in and crank it up and it starts, we're good. Me, crank it up and it's going tick, tick, tick. Like, wait a minute. Oh no.
It's my alley mechanic right
Yeah,
there.
he let me first me as the alley mechanic, two-belt diva, the whole thing. I build your house from the ground. That's me. Lay floors, lay tile, I do it all. This one? He's
And
the
you got on
mouthpiece.
nails? What? Yes.
Still a girl. Come on.
Now, what plant was y'all at?
American accent.
American
That's
accent.
on Telegraph.
Mm-mm.
No, that's not.
That's Lear on Telegram.
Yeah.
is American accent on time?
Nope. We're on Holbrook and 75.
Holbrook and 75.
Holbrook and 75. I thought it was one on Chicago and Telegraph.
No.
Chicago and Telegraph, that's Detroit Diesel.
Yeah, that's what, yeah.
Okay.
That's Detroit Diesel. A lot of the people who were at Axor now are Detroit Diesel.
They over there.
Or they're
J-Nap.
Chrysler.
What advice would you give some of the people from GM who went to work in December and found out the door was locked?
Don't buckle.
Or the ones that just
don't
rolled
buckle. Just straight up, don't buckle. Don't quit now. If something closes, something opening.
That's right.
Somewhere.
We went on strike in 2008. Instead of sitting there and just buckling, I don't know what I'm going to do now. Oh, woe is me.
I got a $1,000 house now, and they're only giving us $100 a week strike fund. What am I supposed to do?
You know.
We've had people, when the plant closed, one of my dear friends committed suicide because she couldn't see anything further than this job.
We had a couple friends do that.
Yeah, we lost a couple people like that.
People just, it's not for everybody.
So,
And they didn't get the buyout either.
Yeah, they got the buyout. But if you,
imagine
this.
50 years
if
old,
you're 55, leaving the plant, and somebody tell you, oh, you got to go back to school. I ain't been to school since
we got in here.
this is my first good job.
That's so
true. The plants that lawn money, it's going to be there.
That is true.
We would have thought it would have been there too. And they put us out after 15 years. I gave them 15 years to get nothing back. Now, if I worked that hard for 15 years to get nothing, why can't I work that hard for myself?
And get something.
I'm responsible
but at least
for
you
what
can see
happens
it.
to me.
Yeah.
Because at this point, I lost my job through no fault of my own. It wasn't like I cussed my supervisor out.
That is true.
But I think he took it from you because y'all had a gift. Sometimes he got to take that crutch from you.
Well, he got to close doors to open.
He had to close that door. So you had to jump all the way in there with them computers then.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
for sure.
But in the moment, you don't see that, right? In the moment, you're like panic,
it's like God, why has thou forsaken?
Yeah.
I went through the emotional part of it.
Yeah.
Even though I didn't walk around with my head dragging all the time because I knew he wouldn't let me.
Mm-hmm.
But there were moments when I'm like, this cannot be happening to me. I've done everything I'm supposed to do. Why is this happening to me now? But we're okay. Even though that nice house over there in East English Village was a big one, I'm now the bigger one on this side of town.
Wow. Won't he do it?
No. So, I can't look back and say, oh, I should have, I could have.
Yeah.
That's done. This is a new chapter.
Yeah.
But at least I'll say this much. If this business fails, it's for something I did. Not because somebody else did it and they don't want to pay me what they were paying me. And
Oh, I got a quick story for y'all. Okay, so I'm in the market. This happened like maybe a month ago. January 2000, Martin Luther King Day. I say, look, I'm gonna take off today. Call in. We're gonna hang out today. So I do that. I get to work the next day. Supervisor who didn't like me, he said, well, Frank, you gotta go up front. I'm like, for what? It's like, attendants want to see you. All right, whatever. I got my call-in number. I go up front. They telling me, well, Frank, if you missed a day, you know you was gonna get a 30-piece. I'm like, yeah, why would I do that and not call in and then be able to give you this number? You can't have a call-in number if you don't call in. I can't make this shit up.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, make a long story short, they didn't want to go for it. They told me I didn't do this, that, and the third. A calming came over me.
That's what they're doing.
And I was like, you know what? Because my girl that was part of the program, I'm like, you know what? Don't worry about it. Give me my 30-piece. Come on. This one here, we were just dating at the time.
we were planning a wedding.
Y'all should have had this on the air.
I'm trying to tell you, you got them telling the whole story.
We might be going on at 7:30.
But I'm on and listening like brilliant.
Yeah, I'm like, is the song over? This is on the air.
All right, I keep it for that.
Okay.
Right.
See, if you making it hard, what you supposed to do during the break?
just,
You might get the whole show.
It's some real shit that came full circle. It took 18 years for it to happen, but it came full circle. And I'm like, Lord, thank you. I'm glad I'm older now.
Yeah.
Because it would have been some furniture moving.
Right.
Flat out. No question.
Wow.
Yeah, especially
No.
playing with my cash flow.
No question. You know, no questions. I just seen this dude straight up like probably about 3 weeks ago.
Mm.
And what happened?
We in the market. And I got my head down on my phone. I look up. Oh, let me go and get in this line. I go to get in the line. He right there.
10 seconds.
Okay, wait.
You gonna start?
So we
from
just
the-
gonna
You gonna
repeat?
start from the beginning.
Yeah, okay. No problem. No problem. Someone has.
Oh my gosh, I'm just gonna repeat. All right, so welcome back. We decided we're gonna change the show up a little bit, and so we just gonna talk about what we were talking about during the break.
Okay.
Because sometimes when the music is on and playing and stuff, and we be in here talking and stuff, and it'd be like, oh man, we could have did that on the air as part of the show. So sorry, Frank, you just gotta
No
tell
problem.
the story.
No
all over
problem.
again.
Okay, so here's a quick story. All right, so January 2000, Martin Luther King birthday. I'm hanging out with my lady. I said, look, we gonna hang out today. I'm gonna call in, and we just gonna hang out. I said, okay. I get to work the next day, and the supervisor who didn't care for me for whatever his reason, he tells me, well, Frank, you got to go up front and see attendance. And I'm like, what? I got a call-in number. I can't make this up. So anyway, making a long story short, I go up front. Friend of mine, Kim, that's part of the program, she looking at me crazy like, Frank, it's the beginning of the year, baby. Why you didn't call in? Woo, 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 woo. I'm like, I got a call-in number. So she's telling me, well, basically that didn't compute, you know.
So claim that he called in too late and it doesn't count.
Yeah, they had to come up with something quick because I have a call-in number. So I said, okay, cool, no problem. And like I was saying earlier, instead of me getting mad, I felt a calming come over me. And I said, you know what? Give me my 30 days. I took it. I left.
Mind you, this is 30 days no pay.
Yeah.
Oh, and you gotta add the part that you were planning the wedding.
And we were planning a wedding.
Okay.
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
So now we're up to speed.
Okay.
Okay, so like I say, off 30 days, I had to go up to the plant for something I can't remember, and I bumped into my committee man.
Okay.
And he said, well, Frank, what you doing over here? I said, oh, you ain't heard? You the committee man. They gave me 30 days for having a number that they said wasn't no good. So I said, okay, no problem. Give me my 30 days. I'll see y'all in 30. He said, nah, we ain't going to do that. So, all right. At this point, I think I was off 2.5 weeks. So anyway, making a long story short, they gave my wife my check for those 2.5 weeks. And she calls me on lunch like, well, they gave me a check and told me you can come back to work. I said, nope. Bring that check and somebody's going to have to call me. And she said, you know what, you're right. I said, okay. So she bring me the check. Later on that day, somebody called with, you know, the bullshit excuse of, oh, we were trying to get in touch with you and this, that. Yeah, okay. So I go back to work, and you got people that really envy you, but you may not know it. I happen to work with a couple of those. Oh, man, you look like you've been having fun, and you just, like, you know what, I need to get away from y'all. So I just started really staying to myself at that point. But I say that to say this. About 3 weeks ago, I'm in the market. And I'm going to get in line. Who do I see? The supervisor that put me in that situation.
Stop.
Lord knows I'm glad I'm older. Because it was going to be a real problem. He couldn't even pick his head up and look at me.
In the supermarket.
This is 18 years ago.
Wow.
That's how wrong you know you were.
Wow.
And you always heard that saying when you're growing up, what's done in the dark comes to the light.
Yes.
In his case, this supervisor, the reason why they wouldn't accept his number is because the supervisor manually clocked him in at 6:03 and manually clocked him out at 11:45 on a day he wasn't even there.
Say what?
Oh.
Yeah.
That's how this all started.
Yeah.
So me being who I am, and I'm going to, do what I need to do for mine.
Uh-huh.
I was told, call across the street. If the person that called in before him and after him didn't get in trouble, they would have to wipe his clear.
Right.
What I asked for is not what I got. What I got was actually a sheet of paper showing him being clocked in and out on a day that he was not there at all.
And of course you would know because you know
We were
he'd be
both
at
at
home.
home.
Right.
We were both at home. So I'm like, you're basically saying that he came to work late and then left early, but he was never there.
Doesn't make sense.
So
Yeah,
now
exactly.
this guy is so wrong. You literally send him out with no pay for 30 days, and you think that's okay. Here we are 18 years later, and it's bothering you so much that you can't look this man in his face.
18 years
18
later.
years later.
That's deep.
But when you do dirt, you get dirt. I really believe that.
Wow. Well, since we on envy and jealousy, let's just go on to that. So, have you ever encountered envy and jealousy as it relates to your marriage? By
I don't know. I don't pay people no attention. I ain't gonna even lie.
You're such
I
a
don't.
man.
I
No,
just
he
don't.
sees nothing.
That's not a conversation I'm gonna engage in with nobody.
Okay. Understood.
This foundation is very strong.
Okay,
mean,
I see that.
We have been referred to as Jay-Z and Beyonce, the Will and Jada. I've even had somebody refer to us as the phenomenon that is Jan and Frank. I'm not really sure what that means, but that kind of stuff is just noise to us. I know who he is, he knows who I am, and we're good that way. But we do have people wondering, like, why are they still together?
How are they still together?
Well, let's talk about it.
I'm thinking mostly because people say when they see us, we're always smiling. My mother called us frickin' frack. She said, you see one, you see the other one. The other one's never too far behind. And that's the truth. I mean, I truly love the man that I'm married to.
Okay.
And it's easy to be around him. And maybe it does look fake to some people. Like, oh, they cannot be that in love. Oh, yeah, we can. I mean, really. You know, I hear people say, oh, marriage is hard. I haven't figured that part out yet.
You with the wrong person.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I can't say that about him. There's nothing hard about this. What would be hard is not being with him.
Huh.
Oh, that's what's up.
That's, to me, that's how I feel about it. I mean, just, we fall in the line, we fall into place. We are, though we're total opposites in most things, we are truly together.
Hey, so okay, what things would you say you're opposites on? Why you laugh? Like you like watching basketball and she like watching Real Housewives of Atlanta?
No.
Okay.
Okay, I drink, she don't.
Okay.
Okay,
She's wild, I'm not.
Okay.
yeah, sorry. Hey,
You know, he's a jump first. Wait.
she won't think about it.
I gotta think
Looking
about it.
and peeking.
I'm the
No.
cautious one.
Go.
He's, no, I'm the cautious. I tell people this all the time. Frank is opposite of what you would expect. Because you'll say, Frank, the house is on fire. You're like, for real? But I can say, Frank, we're out of sugar. We can't make Kool-Aid today. What? How do we not have any sugar?
Oh, wait a
I
minute.
need to go to the grocery store to get sugar last week, and I gotta make Kool-Aid with no sugar. This is
Right.
what we. This
Ain't
is
make
him.
Kool-Aid without no damn sugar.
That's him. And he
Wait
makes
a
some really
minute.
good Kool-Aid, so I have to make sure that he has his sugar at all times.
Okay, wait. All right. Do you guys have roles in your relationship? Like, you know, in the past, they had like the man must be the man and the provider, and the woman stays at home and take care of the house. No. Okay.
We don't look at each other like that or believe that.
Okay.
If you can do it, go ahead and do it. Why I'm gonna stop you? Why would I go against you? That's going against me.
True. Good point.
So, you know, I'm the, like I said, I'm the mechanic.
Mm-hmm.
I fix cars. I lay tile. I can build you a house.
Wow.
This one? He can tell you what he wants.
Pretty boy fly.
That's right. You know, everything matches from his shoes to his underwear. Everything matches. I mean, he's the mouthpiece.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the action. I used to say I'm a slave labor, but I'm not a slave. So
No.
I'm the one that makes it happen. He's the one that said, baby, can we do this? And it's my job to say, yeah, we can do this. Yeah.
Solution oriented.
So that's my title. I'm
So
solution-oriented.
basically, you figured out what her assets are
Right.
Yeah,
and complement her assets.
exactly.
Not conflict with them or criticize them or they don't make you feel less than as a man because of her strengths.
Nope.
Huh.
Nope, not at all. Don't have that problem.
Wait, I don't be ready for your response.
I live with this. Can you imagine? This is I get this all the time.
No, I can't.
But we talk.
We talk all the time.
All the time.
Y'all notice y'all just said that at the same time?
Great minds think alike. Yes, great minds think alike.
Oh my gosh.
But we do. We talk now like we did the first day we met.
Wow.
And it hasn't changed. I've even had somebody say, don't you two ever run out of things to talk about? Like, huh?
That sounds so retarded. What do you mean?
What?
Do we run? You guys work together, you live together, you do everything together. Don't you guys get tired of being around one another? No. Not at all.
I mean, if I need to leave, I'll leave.
And I say bye. And, you know.
Oh, so you've learned to accept each other for who you are.
We started out as friends.
Okay.
Literally, we started out as friends. So even though it's cliche, I literally married my best friend. So the things that he used to do, and the women he used to hang out with, I knew all about that because I was the one he would talk to about it. Never thought we would end up together, but Lord said something different, and we thankful.
I wish I could have took a picture of your face.
We are truly thankful.
Okay.
We enjoy one another's company, and even having a business together where most people bump heads about everything, we understand too that we are two separate people. We have two separate ideas, two separate thoughts. My thought does not make yours any less, and vice versa. Okay, explain to me how yours is supposed to work. Okay, I can see it now, and sometimes I don't agree. I don't have to agree.
You can agree to disagree.
All the time, but the agree and disagree is not a knockdown, drag out argument. He's like, no, I'm not going to do it. I'm like, okay. He's really good about saying no.
Okay.
And he can tell you no and mean it, and there's no conversation after it. Me, I'm trying to find a nice way to let you down.
No.
Just no.
No. Because people ask you crazy stuff. They come to you and they say, okay, well, Frank, I got this idea and I want to put it on, say, shirts, hats, and hoodies. And I want it to look like this color. And I'm like, nah, that's not the right color scheme. If you see it like this or that, that's a little off. You don't want to do that. I want to point you in the right direction. But people ask you crazy stuff. I mean, the cheap people are the craziest. And that gives me armor, okay? The cheap people.
He enjoys it. Ha! That part of it.
Well, if I send you the stuff and I only need 3, can I? No.
Oh, so you the bill collector.
Yes.
Somebody got to be the hard person when it comes to the money.
He's the hard person.
Got it.
It's my job to count it and make sure it adds up. But it's his job to get it.
Yeah.
Got it.
Every now and then I have to pull that coattail like, whoa, baby, come on back in. Got to reel him in. Because he's a little sharp around the edges. Yeah, he's a little sharp around the edges, so I'm learning to soften him up. So
Isn't that nice?
It's needed sometimes.
Well, when it's needed, I let him go.
It is. It's needed sometimes.
It's needed. Okay.
Right. I'll take the chain off and let him go, but other than that, I'm kind of pulling it.
Oh, so I do have another question for you. Is there any? Because I know you guys are saying all this great stuff about each other, but is there anything you would want to change in your spouse?
Choose your words wisely.
Of course.
I can't take you seriously.
That's just
Okay.
being human.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
being human.
Are you willing to share?
I'll say,
Okay.
honestly, just pick up behind yourself a little better. That's about it. It's not like, it's something that's going to damage us or that we don't talk about or we don't know about each other.
Mm-hmm.
Just pick up come on now. Just pick that up, baby.
He hates for me to hang my jacket on the back of the chair rather than in the closet.
Okay.
But my belief is, I'm gonna put it right back on. Why do I need to hang it up? But,
Ain't no right back on.
Shut
4
up.
5 hours.
But
later.
anyway,
Ain't that
but my
beautiful?
thing is this: if it bothers you that much, hang it up yourself.
That's a good point.
Yes, but now I've learned to do that instead of say it.
Because he pretty much knows I'm not gonna do it. So it's okay.
Exactly.
We're still human.
But
believe
see,
me.
again, you're accepting each other for who you are, though. You're not actually forcing the change.
No.
No. You can't force Frank to do anything.
Wow.
Frank is the kind of individual. Frank does what Frank wants to do, plain and simple. I can suggest it, and if somewhere in his mind it clicks and says, "Oh, that might be okay. All right, I'll do it." But to say, "Frank, do this," no. The more you tell him to do something, the less he's going to do it.
Is it true?
Yeah.
Yep, this is who I am.
Yeah,
That's it.
So, okay, how did you work around, if at all, Frank's 100% truth of either I'm going to do it if I want to do it or if I'm not going to do it?
That's when you prioritize.
Okay.
Now you look at it and say, is it really that big of a deal? Is it worth the damage it could cause if you're pushing the issue? Something as simple as the little sock balls around the house. He takes his socks off and rolls them up in a ball, and wherever he is, that's where they are. Now, I can say all day long, Frank, put the socks in the laundry room, please. I'm picking up sock balls everywhere. Why argue? I already know he's not going to pick them up. They're going to be wherever he takes them off. So it's either Jan, pick it up and go put it in the laundry room, or just sit there with your lip poked out and he'll say, well, what's wrong with you? Nothing. When really, you got them sock balls up on the table. But is it really worth the argument that's going to ensue afterwards? So I'm like, it's not that big of a deal. Pick up the sock balls. Like he'll say, pick up behind yourself a little bit. I'm running ragged all day long. And yeah, I can get a little lazy about some things because I'm like, dude, from the time my feet hit the floor, I'm doing something.
Yeah.
And something's going too far by the wayside because I'm just tired. I can't do all of this.
Yes.
But he understands that. There used to be a time that he was like, why do you always do this? And he would kind of get a little loud. And one day I had to pull my driver's license out and I put it on the table. And I said, the last time I checked, I could go to prison for what I do wrong, not juvenile.
Ooh.
So you will not be raising your voice at me like this. Does that work?
I don't mess with her like that.
Just so you know.
Ain't gonna have me wake up, man.
I wasn't ready. I don't even be ready for your responses. Like, what? Oh my gosh. Okay. So, let me see what else. How do you spend the best time together?
Perfect example.
Okay.
We have been working so much last year, we didn't take any vacations. We ain't go to no concerts, nothing. It was strictly business. And my sister got us a room at the MGM for 2 days.
Mm-hmm.
That was it. We stayed in a room for 2 days.
Wow.
We had
room service.
Room service.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't pay for anything.
We watched TV and we slept, which is something that we never get to do.
Nope.
But the two of us, for some reason, though, most people think having fun means you have to go somewhere.
Yeah, you got to do something more.
No, correct.
You know, we need to go to dinner. No. For us, just peace and quiet, and the two of us, we can sit in the same room all day and don't say a word to each other. Just as long as we're in the same room, we're good.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
You know, we appreciate the simple things.
Every
now and then,
my mind every now and then.
He does, because this his mind never stops. When I first married this man, he used to scare me half to death because he would sit up, completely asleep. He had a notepad in the nightstand drawer, and he would write things down on this notepad, put it back down, and lay back down. He'd get up in the morning and read what he wrote. There were Post-it notes all over the house. His mind never stops. Never.
That's good to know. So I can text you at 1 a.m.
And he will respond probably unless I say our business hours are.
Yeah, she had to go red on you.
My office
Frank, I got a
hours
new
are.
idea.
But we do have it. We do have people send messages all throughout the night, 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, you get some crazy stuff from people.
Wow.
I got an idea for a T-shirt. Not at 3 o'clock in the morning.
You don't.
No, you probably do. Just send it to me at 9. That's all I'm saying. Okay, so clearly me and Casino having too much fun because he didn't notify me that we were supposed to take a break.
Well, that's it. I mean,
So we're going to go take one more break. And then after the break, a few more questions and then we'll go.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh, Frank, you...
Sorry, Casino.
Hey, it's 7 o'clock.
One song.
Yeah.
So sorry.
Well, I know when he's having fun because he...
My bad.
He's supposed to ding in my ear when I'm not paying attention. This is gonna bring. Oh, I like this
We
song.
got 4 minutes.
Okay.
I mean, well, when we coming back, we only got 1 minute.
Yeah.
So you want to make sure you get their plugs,
Yeah.
their social media, because they ain't got no website.
You know, make sure y'all know that. But couldn't be looking for no
I'm going to give y'all a deal
website.
that y'all can't refuse.
Sound like it.
I'm going to give y'all a deal. Y'all
He over here working on it.
Make them an offer you can't refuse.
Listen.
You over there designing it while you're talking?
Hey, for real. I like y'all work though.
Okay.
I want an Instagram. I like y'all work.
Look at my cool headphones.
So the mugs, they come with the I say
Box itself.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
the
I
box
designed the
custom
box.
too.
Yeah, we designed the box.
Oh, that's cold. That's cold.
Wait a minute. On that note, we gotta talk like immediately because I don't know what he got in mind. I take priority on some of the stuff. I don't really know what's going on. I'm just kidding. I'm not kidding.
Like, sorry, not sorry.
I'm not kidding.
We didn't. I was gonna bring some stuff, but you didn't say bring nothing. So I mean, it's not like we on the radio. So
She be bringing. Is that the stuff that you brought last time? Oh no, what's the name? That didn't print that, did it?
Mm-mm.
It's okay.
That was another picture. No, they printed the towels that I brought to Jamaica. I didn't show you.
I saw it on the Instagram.
Okay.
And they was dope.
I know. And I just have so much more ideas. But Frank keeps telling me I gotta wait. Frank just kept saying, hold on.
like
Next
first 2 weeks of the
week.
month was serious.
Cause you
Oh, y'all about to
know.
really get hit tax time. You cash them checks, they gonna be on y'all head.
Yeah.
Well, you know, they got back on the 3rd and we was on the phone like, hey, y'all back from vacation?
And we were in the car on the way home talking to her.
I was like, did you enjoy yourself? Is y'all ready or not?
We just nowhere.
Nowhere.
Oh.
Just ended up at it. We had a suite at the MGM.
That's a vacation.
That's a vacation.
For us, it really is.
Right, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Between taking care of old people and business.
Right. Cause my father 90.
Oh yeah.
Her aunt that lived with us is 84. You know, my mother's 80. So it's always something.
My dad is 70, my mother is 73. He's got heart issues and things like that, and she had a massive stroke. So it's like we're constantly taking care of other people on top of what we do.
What you doing.
And then I've got a 14-year-old son.
Oh.
Yeah.
He calls himself my PR person. So
I like it. Yeah.
He's my PR man. He gets us business too that we don't know about.
Of course. Keep it in the family. I like it. So does that mean y'all too busy for me or not? Does that mean y'all too busy for me or not? Oh, just checking. Even if you was, you just got to work in the weekend.
I know. When we first came in.
I'm just letting you. Even if you was, though, you just gonna be doing that overnight shit. I'm just kidding. I'm so rude. You just.
You good.
I'll be out here struggling in these streets. Oh man. I have clients that do stuff like that. I know it's Sunday, but I'm not. The office closed. My phone be on Do Not Disturb.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. I'm learning.
And then I just put in the calendar, remember to call back.
Yep. I have to do the same thing.
Yeah, it gets hard.
You have between 5 and 10 people that, I need to speak with such and such, or send an email, or drop something off, or it's always something.
It's something, yeah. I felt bad, but I still text you on Sunday. So, just as a reminder, the show is brought to you by New You Global Drinks, and I am here with Frank and Dan, and we're wrapping up the show. We had way too much fun today.
I'm glad you enjoyed
At least
yourself.
I did. I hope you all did.
Thank you for the
All
invite.
right, awesome. And so I just want to go back a little bit because we did talk about the business, and I want you to share your business with the audience.
Okay. We're on Facebook at Mayberry Graphics, and we're also on IG at _Mayberry_G.
Okay.
Email, you can catch us at mayberrygraphics@yahoo.com.
Okay.
So if you need family reunion shirts, school functions, church functions, things like that, you've got a business that you want to brand, or you want your employees to look like they work for you.
Exactly.
They can, give us a call. We pretty much work with just about every budget.
Okay.
We like to educate our customers as well. So it's not, I take your money and you get whatever we give you. No, we sit down and talk about it, figure out what it is you're really looking for, and
Try to see what works best for
what
you.
works best for you within your budget, whatever that budget may be. And hopefully we'll stay in business for a very long time this way.
Good.
We're
Good.
pretty big on the old-fashioned customer service, so you can actually talk to somebody.
Yes. Awesome. And did you want to bring up your brand that you're currently working on?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
We also had this other brand that we've been working on since November. It's called Frank Allen. You can find us on IG at Frank Allen 313 or Facebook at Frank Allen.
Awesome. And what
Thank
does
you.
Frank Allen have?
Frank Allen is my personal brand.
Okay.
So that's apparel, mugs, art, that sort of thing. Like I say, some cool shit you might like.
I like it.
That's the tagline.
That's the tagline.
That's the tagline.
I like that.
Well, awesome. Like I said, I appreciate you both. Thank you so much for coming in
Thank you for having
Thank
us.
you.
and enjoying the show with me today. For the listeners, we'll be back next Tuesday, 6 p.m. It should be interesting, so tune in. It's still on a series of couples, marriages, and business. Until next Tuesday, see ya. Wow, I'm ready.
That was good.
You liked it?
That was a great show.
Oh, wonderful.
Fun.
Yeah, Frank.
I enjoyed
I don't know
that.
if you was Frank Allen or Frank White.
My brother calls me